All right, here we are in Indianapolis, Indiana, in front of the governor's mansion at 46th and Meridian Street. There's Mr. Mike Bowman. We have a congregation of folks here who are upset about their taxes. People this week got their property tax bills, many of them doubling or tripling, the average going up over 20, 30, 40% in some cases. The mayor announced that he's wanting to increase the Marion County income tax by 65%, and we've got people out here who have had enough of it. Hoosiers for honesty in government. That's right. Boy, we could use some honesty in government, couldn't we? Could use some accountability.
You say tax increase has ruined the neighborhood. How do you think
This is Mr. Andy Horning, organizer of this event, former candidate for Congress. We have the news media here, the local NBC affiliate. Andy's currently being interviewed by one of the local radio stations, WIBC. Here we have the local CBS affiliate, Channel 8.
That's a big truck.
Let's see if we can see how this looks from street level. Here we are. Governor's mansion in the background, the local public housing project. You can see as the cars go by and honk, there's tremendous support for these folks out here taking their July 4th to come out and let their politicians know what they think.
Hey guys, my name is Andy Horning. I'm one of the original conspirators behind all of this stuff. Now, wait a minute, just look around. This isn't about me. Look around. We're talking about our homes here. Now, one thing I have to say, I had promised to behave myself, so I don't really, you know, I'd rather we not block traffic if we can avoid that. Well, let me just tell you the good news here. Let me give you the layout. We have been voting. First of all, in fact, maybe I better back up and give us the bad news first. The bad news is the problems that we have right now. We voted for. We've been voting for bigger, sillier government for 100 years now. Now, that's our fault. We've been voting for more taxes. That's our fault. You know, we've been voting for the same people 98% of the time. That's our fault. Now, I think all of us here are here to say enough's enough. But we have to take responsibility for what we've done in the voting booth for a long, long time, right? We're going to change that. Now, I think today what we're doing is we're making a statement that there is a public will to change things. I think that's what we're saying, isn't it? I mean, I've got a tax proposal that I've made formally in April. And I got one state representative, Cindy Noe, and a state senator, Mike Delft, to show some interest in that. Now, the public will did not exist to do anything about it. You guys probably didn't even know that I made this proposal back in April. Of course, you probably didn't know I started making this proposal in 1999. But this is not a new problem. We can't say this is a new problem. So what we need to do now is just express that this is round one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not really a protest. This is a demonstration that we mean business. This is a demonstration that we have a change of our own hearts. That we're not going to keep voting the same way. We're not going to keep doing the same stuff and expect a different result, right? So what I propose is that we make our little plan known to people. We're going to be talking about a sales tax replacement of property tax, kill property tax. It's a dumb tax. It's an outdated tax. Guys, come on, we need to get out of the street. We're probably going to get me arrested. And I'm willing to do a lot for liberty, guys, but I don't want to end up in jail. So let's pull out of the street.
They got to warn us first.
Well, yeah, I know. This is July 4, and we should be all about protesting. But let's remember what our founders were all about on July 4. These were not people who originally wanted a new form of government. They wanted their form of government. They wanted their laws obeyed. So I guess what we ought to do is first make a conservative statement that we are going to behave ourselves if they listen to us. Now, if they don't listen to us, that's when I think it's appropriate to do the Boston Tea Party thing. We're assembling now, and that's great. But let's not forget the fact that in just the last election, we voted for this spanking. And it's too late to prevent the spanking we're getting right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. What we're doing today is saying no more. No more. Now, if we make this statement and nobody listens, then we get ugly. But let's not be ugly just yet, because we have a responsibility in this too. This is a democratic republic. We have created our own problems. So let's be civil about it, and let's be honest in that this is our problem, and we're going to solve this in the voting booth the next time around if we don't see some changes. Now, I also propose, if all of you guys would give us your contact information, what we're going to do is we're going to try to make our case known to the General Assembly. Because they're the ones who ultimately have to write a bill to stop this. They're the ones who are going to have to change our tax scheme. And there's no pretty solution. Things are going to have, if we wanted to cut the total cost of government, nobody would be happier than me, but that means we have to cut stuff that some of you probably are in favor of. If we don't cut the cost of government, we're going to have ugly taxation in one way or another. We can say all we want about cutting legislators' pay raises and all of that, but we have to make that case to the General Assembly. What I'm proposing today is that we replace our income taxes and property taxes with a single-rate sales tax on all new goods and services. Now the figures would be variable depending on what bill is actually presented to the General. It has to turn into a bill before we can have any hard numbers. What our tax system is, guys, is special deals for special people. It is a scheme by which our politicians can reward their friends and punish their enemies. Now that is what should be off the table when we're talking about tax changes. And the only thing I could think of that would get rid of that scheme by which they can reward their friends and punish their enemies is to make it a consumption tax. I don't see any way other than killing the property tax, killing income tax, and turning it into a sales tax, no matter what the rate. Because we're going to be trying to talk to legislators. I actually have gotten some very positive news from Mitch himself. And so there are some people in high places. Oh no, come on. We've gotten some people interested in this. We're not alone in terms of support within the General Assembly. There are a couple of people who are behind us. But what we have to do is assemble ourselves and stay assembled and make our case known, not just today, but over and over and over again. This is going to take a long time to get a bill presented and actually make this law.
We cannot wait for the session. Legislation.
We guys, this is 100-year spanking we're getting right now. 100 years. We've been asking for more of the same.
Immediate injunction.
Immediate injunction sounds great.
We're not children.
We can't wait till the session starts. We need to have it immediately.
We need relief.
I understand what you're saying, but